There's something happening here. Chapter 1. Baltimore. The sidewalk before him bucked and heaved, blown askew by high winds howling through the night. Oh, wait. No, let's edit that. There was no bucking and heaving. Ditto with the blown askew and the high winds howling through the night. It just seemed so to Aptapton, because the winds that toyed with the stability of the sidewalk howled, only through his own mind. They were zephyrs of vodka, and they'd substantially loosened his grip on the solidity of the little chunk of earth that lay between the bar he'd just exited and the house where he lived a few hundred yards ahead. Aptapton, alcoholic, writer, success, melancholiac, and gun guy, was in a zone that might be called greater than a buzz but less than a full staggering drunk. He was one sheet to the wind, you might say. Happy, 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 as 3 vodka martinis will do to a fellow with only moderate capacity for drink. And what lay ahead, although slightly challenging, didn't really seem insurmountable. After all, he had to walk only another few feet, cross the street, and then— Digression. Pause for autobiographical interlude. It's allowed when under the influence. One thing suggests another, and in this case the suggestion is appropriate. The street was called Light, and that suggested a kind of hopeful conclusion to the evening. Light as in light of heart, light of spirit, light at end of tunnel, light as in amusing, fey, witty, light as symbol of hope and life, but also light as in light for all, a famous newspaper, located a mile or so up the very same Light Street, had proclaimed on a daily basis for 175 years or so, 26 of which he'd spent in its employ, and where his wife to this day toiled. Yes, he was that James Aptapton, minor local journo celeb, who'd gone on to minor fame as a writer for money of hardcover books about gunfights and the stoic heroes who won them. And now he found himself at 65, improbably successful, in a small way, and awkwardly pleased to be himself. He had it all: beautiful wife, a couple of mil, a nice house in a fabulous part of town, a minor reputation, enough to take some pleasure in, a grand future, a munificent multi-book contract, a really cool project ahead, and a lot of guns. The reason for the 3 vodka martinis was liberation, not celebration. His wife was absent. Ha ha ha, too bad for her. She was at some newsroom woman thing, birthday party maybe. Why did women take birthdays so seriously, by the way? And so he'd wandered on his own to the nearby bistro, had a burger with a bud, and then V1, which weakened his resolve to resist V2, which shattered his resolve to resist V3. Fortunately, there'd been no V4, or he'd be asleep in the men's room. Now, where was I before digression? What place is this? Where am I now? Ha 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 ha. Oh yes. Home is the hunter. He was walking home. The street slanted, then rolled. Ahead it humped up, then dipped down to permit a view of the valley. It rocked, it rolled, it shook, it rattled, it coiled, it double-bubbled, boiled, and troubled. He laughed. "Do you find yourself amusing?" his wife always asked, and the truth was, yes, he did find himself amusing. The mood, like the geography, chemically amplified by red potato crushed by Kulak descendants, was quite good. That James Aptapton had been recognized. It happened. Rare, but not without precedent for your minor league, non-qual lit celeb.